Hi friends, and in today's episode I have two little helpers. We are finally getting to making those turnovers. Thanks for joining. Hi friends, and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode we are testing my skill on multitasking. My little boys are sick today, so we're going to be doing homework and making our apple pie turnovers. So thank you for joining, and let's have some fun. Aw, and take care of our sick little babies. Okay friends, so the first thing we need to do is get our puff pastry out of the refrigerator. It's been chilling for 2 hours and it was super easy to make. We only put 2 cups of all-purpose flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 1/4 cup of salted butter, and then we also used a 1/2 cup of water. I put this in my blender and I pulsed it that way, and then I put it on my counter, a floured counter, and I rolled it out, and then I added a little bit more flour to my rolling pin, and then I flipped it 4 times. So it'll be nice and prepared for us right now. And we made this lovely sauce last week in one of my videos. So we made a caramel apple pie turnover filling. Oh Lord. And then we also made a regular apple pie turnover. See, mommy makes mistakes too. You just need to fix them and keep moving on, right? All right, so let me go get that puff pastry out and let's get making some apple turnovers. Okay friends, so we got our puff pastry out of the refrigerator. It's been chilling for a couple of hours. We're going to go ahead and roll this out into a nice flat sheet, and I'm going to cut it into squares. Make sure you flour your surface nice and good. And your rolling pin. We're just going to place it and we're going to roll it out. How was your guys' weekend? Did you guys go trick-or-treating? We took the boys trick-or-treating. Oh, it was a jammed-packed full weekend, and yesterday being trick-or-treat was full. They were in a parade. Elijah was on a float for the first time, and they had a little parade around the school, which was super, super fun. Did you guys like trick-or-treating? Yeah. Too bad you didn't get enough candy.
We have a Scrooge McDuck bin of candy.
We had an entire bag and a bucket and another bucket.
Oh my.
There you whole buckets full. Don't mention that our bags are about full. We have a lot of candy.
Okay, now that we have our puff pastry rolled out, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut this into squares. I'm actually going to cut this in half so it's a little easier to deal with. And which apple pie filling should we start with first, boys? Should we start with the regular apple pie filling, or should we do the caramel apple filling?
Caramel apple filling.
All right, you heard them. That's the one that I would have picked anyway. Good choice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut these up into squares, and then we're going to fill them up. I already started the oven to preheat at 375, and we are going to cook these for a short 10 to 15 minutes or until golden brown, and then we're going to drizzle these ones with a caramel topping.
Yay.
Yay.
That sounds good.
Doesn't it? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spray down my pan, just so when I go and stick my little squares on there, it doesn't stick. I don't think it should, but you know. It just might. Now I'm gonna make these sort of bite-sized caramel apple pastries, and yeah, we'd never finish a whole apple pie, so I just found it's a lot easier just to make the smaller versions of everything and not cook them all at one time or bake them all at one time, but put some in the freezer and bring them out and bake them up as we need them. So add some more flour. What? It says more or less. It says 10 less. This is the one you go from. So 10 minus 18 is... Yes, I did. I did make the dough. I did. Okay, so now that we have all of our squares cut out, if you notice it's a little bit thick because you want it somewhat thin. You want to be able to see the light through it pretty good. Like if you're not gonna be able to see the shadow, but when you hold it up to a light, you should be able to see your hand through it. That's thin enough. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take some of our caramel apple filling that we made last week together, friends. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put just a little scoop. Now make sure you do not overfill your pastry dough, because it's just not going to seal right. So then we're going to put it into a little triangle and we're going to push them down, gather up the ends of it, and we have our little caramel apple fry pie right here. You could do them in whatever shapes you'd like. You could fold them in half so they're square. You can make them in triangles like I am.
Or you can even make them into circles.
You could make them into circles if you'd like to. Might be a good idea, like when you make homemade raviolis. Or hexagons, that's right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to fill up all of these and repeat the process. Making sure I crimp them because I don't want anything from the inside coming out. We want to keep all that goodness inside there. All right, Jason, keep writing down your words. This recipe is also really yummy to make these into croissant rolls. So you don't even have to fill your dough. You could roll it up and cut it into squares and make little triangle pieces out of it. Okay, you do your work, Jason. Write down your work. Thank you for trying to help your brother. I appreciate it.
Your work.
Okay, friends, we have all of our caramel apple turnovers all made. We've pinched all of the sides. You can get decorative with it. You can use a fork. I'm just pinching it with my hands. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put all of these in our oven at 375 for 10 to 15 minutes, and let's get a 5, and then we're going to drizzle some caramel and sugary topping on top of it. It's going to be so yummy. And then we're going to get to making just the regular apple ones. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us today while we're doing our homework and we're sick in the kitchen. We appreciate it. Alexa, set a 10-minute timer. Okay, friends, so I'm just going to repeat the process over here, and we are going to make some more of our regular apple ones, and then I'm going to show you how to make the cinnamon sugar topping to go on top of these ones. And I only have about 900,000 more of them to put in the freezer. I'm going to leave all of that out and just leave us cooking these in the kitchen today. No, I don't really have 900,000. It was an exaggeration. Did you see little dimples over here? He's super excited. He's like 900,000. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. No, it's probably about a good 75 more. Rink, R-I-N-K, rink. 4 words that rhyme with rink. It might not be the prettiest, but they will definitely be the tastiest. How could it not be that tasty?
Because that looks tasty.
I will. Do you think pie filling will be good in that?
Pie filling.
And sloppy joes?
And sloppy joes. Tasty!
Should that be another one of my videos?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Do the pickle dance. Do the pickle dance. Do the pickle. Do the kitchen dance.
Hey!
Eat the pickle. Okay, friends, our puff pastry has about 2 or 3 more minutes. So go ahead and add your caramel bites into a microwave safe dish. And we're gonna slowly warm them up until they're into a liquid form. And then we're gonna drizzle them on top. Okay, friends, so our beautiful caramel apple puff pastry turnovers are ready. They are nice and golden brown on the bottom. They're super fluffy and flaky. I wish you could like see a better close-up of it, but look at that, just so flaky. We have gone ahead and we've melted our caramel, and we're just gonna go ahead and drizzle some caramel on top. Warm it up again if you need to. Okay, friends, just look how scrumptious these are. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to have the boys do a taste test once we get the other ones out of the oven. So I'm going to go ahead. What do you think?
Tasty.
Do they look so tasty? Look how fluffy and flaky they are.
I can't wait to taste the top part.
All right. Well, they're going to be our taste testers today. And this is what happens when you put too much in it. It gets a full belly and squeezes out the side. As soon as I get all of these all buttoned down, I'm going to show you how to make the cinnamon sugar topping to go on top of these ones, just like the caramel to go on top of the other ones. They kind of look like little dumplings. Hey, what have I said? Imperfectly perfect is perfect around here. If you were looking for a show that is perfectly perfect, I'm sorry. I will fail at meeting your expectations every time. That's just not life. But I am so thankful that you guys come along when my hair is crazy, my babies are sick, I have dishes yet that I haven't dried that I need to put away. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch back with you as soon as we take those out of the oven. And just as a reminder, all of the recipe and how to make any of these fillings are in my last video. So it's a caramel apple, and it is a just regular apple pie Ah.
Apple.
So it is, and this one is just a regular apple pie filling. So all I did with this was I cut about 15 apples up and I simmered them down. For the caramel, I added the Kraft caramel. Thank you, Elijah. I also added just a half a cup of sugar and just worked it down, simmered it down, and then I canned it up. And just a quick go over the apple pie filling. I used cinnamon, brown sugar, regular sugar. I think it was a cup or a half a cup of each. And then I added that into the pot with 15 apples and simmered those down as well and canned it up. But like I said, it's all in more detail in my last video, which I will pin up here. We're gonna go ahead and make the cinnamon sugar topping. So we're gonna add a little bit of our regular sugar. We're gonna add a pinch. This is all just guesstimates on your flavor profile and what you like. You could add more or little or none if you would like. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon to this, and we're going to stir this up. And this is going to be our dust to go on top of the regular apple pie filling ones. So let's do it. So I think I'll probably add about a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon to this. Then I'm just going to give it a stir. What?
I want the biggest one.
You want the biggest one? Okay, friends, our next apple turnovers are out. They are done, and they smell just as delicious, and they're nice and flaky. These ones, I'm going to do a little bit different. I'm going to rub some melted butter, or just go ahead and rub some butter on the top of them. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sprinkle some of this goodness right on top. The butter is going to help it stay. Look at that, boys. Ooh-wee.
I can't wait.
I have taste testers that are extremely ready to taste.
The one I'm gonna taste first is this one. Then I'm gonna go for the other one.
Okay.
I'm gonna taste that one.
Okay. I'm going to set these on this. Hold on, guys.
They all look appetizing.
They do all look appetizing. Thank you, Elijah. Thank you, Jason.
They look like a dessert, a dessert from, like an ice cream dessert from a really nice restaurant.
They do. Oh, my babies give the best compliments.
5 stars.
Okay, friends, thank you again for joining us. And this is
Jason.
and
Eli!
and we're going to be signing out right after our taste. Go ahead, boys.
That's so tasty.
What do you think?
I want another one.
He wants another one. What do you think, Elijah?
It tastes so good with that.
Yeah, are they nice and buttery and flaky?
Uh-huh.
Awesome. All right, guys, see you later. Until next time, bye for now.